Hi, good morning, class 9. I hope you all are doing good and fine and keeping well, keeping safe at home and eating your food properly, sleeping properly, and taking care of yourselves and your parents and yourselves and playing at the same time, studying and taking care of yourself. See, everything has to be there in life. It's not just studies and studies and only playing. Everything has to have a disciplined way. You have to do everything in life, but in a very disciplined way. So we are going to be there at this place with. We were at this the Happy Prince, right? We were reading about the Happy Prince. So I'll start again from where I stopped. It's a brief explanation I'll give you. So this is about a swallow, a bird which was flying to another place, another country during the season change. Rather, I can say that. So while he was flying, he arrived statue, and his friends were flying to Egypt, and he wanted to go 6 weeks before, but he stayed behind. But then he also decided to go to Egypt. But while he was flying, and night time came, he arrived at the city where he wanted to rest, and he saw a tall column there, and he saw a person, a prince, who was with golden and everything. He was very well decorated with jewels, with emeralds, with sapphire in place of his eyes and everything. So he started sleeping under the legs were there. So under the legs he was trying to sleep, and there was not a single cloud in the sky, but suddenly a drop of water fell on him. And that what's the use if I he said to himself that what's the use if I sleep under the statue and it cannot keep the rain off me. What is this? But I must look for a good chimney pot. A chimney pot is a place where the chimney is covered, where you can sit inside it. No water will fall under it. And he determined to fly away. But before he had opened his wings. A third drop fell on him, and he looked up and saw. What did he see? Okay, so that's what it is all about. So we'll start from here. I'll just read again till where it will be there, so that it will be easier for us to understand. Happy Prince was a beautiful statue. He was covered with gold. He had sapphires for eyes and ruby in his sword. Sapphires, he must have had a blue sapphire or a green sapphire, which is sapphire is called Nila. Nila stone, which yes, it's called a Nila. So he had sapphires for eyes, blue eyes. Ruby is generally red on his sword hilt. That handle place where he holds the sword, there was a ruby. And why did he want to part with all the gold that he had and his precious stones? Let's see what happens. High above the city on a tall column stood the statue of the Happy Prince. I have done this before already, but I'm just reading it so that we can get in contrast with the story. He was gilded all over with thin leaves of fine gold. For eyes he had two bright sapphires, and a large red ruby glowed on his sword hilt. One night there flew over the city a little swallow. His friends had gone away to Egypt 6 weeks before, but he stayed behind. Then he decided to go to Egypt. All day long he flew, and at night time he arrived at the city. Where shall I put up? He said. I hope the town has made preparations for me. Then he saw the statue on the tall column. I will put up there, he cried. It's a fine position with plenty of fresh air. So he alighted just between the feet of the Happy Prince. I have a golden bedroom. Wow, he said softly to himself as he looked around, and he prepared to go to sleep. But just as he was putting his head under his wings, a large drop of water fell on him. What a curious thing, he cried. There is not a single cloud in the sky. The stars are quite clear and bright, and yet it is raining. Very dangerous. Then another drop fell. Then he is cursing the statue. What is the use of a statue if it cannot keep the rain off? He said, I must look for a good chimney pot. And he determined to fly away. But just as he was going to fly away, to open his wings, a drop fell. And he looked up and saw. What did he see? The eyes of the happy prince were filled with tears, and tears were running down his golden cheeks. His face was so beautiful in the moonlight that the little swallow was filled with pity. "Who are you?" he said. He said, "I am the happy prince." He's saying, such a nice, happy person, such a beautiful face and all that. Why is he crying? And he was very quite sorrowful for it. So he said, "Who are you?" He said, "I am the prince, the happy prince." And he thought, if you are happy, then why are you weeping then? Asked the swallow. "You have quite drenched me." Again, when a swallow is there around you, that means good luck is coming and it's a good omen. Nothing bad is going to happen to you in our Christianity. "When I was alive and had a human heart," answered the statue, "I did not know what tears were, for I lived in the palace where sorrow is not allowed to enter." Isn't it? How do you expect a prince to feel sad? He lives in a palace. Everything is there at his service, and sorrow was not allowed to come in. There were such good amenities, such good facilities for him that sorrow did not come to him. When he was a human being, when he had a heart. "My courtiers called me the happy prince, and happy indeed I was. So I lived, and so I died. And now that I am dead, they have set me up here so high that I can't see the ugliness and all the misery of my city. And though my heart is made of lead, yet I cannot choose but weep." "What? Is he not solid gold?" said the swallow to himself. He was too polite to make any personal remarks. Now the swallow is thinking, gold is there, he's a prince, some gold I see on his clothes and all. But is it not fully gold? He's saying, "My heart is made of lead." It was made of metal. The metal was painted and put on, gold clothes were put onto it. Total thing was not gold. He said, "When I had a heart, I was able to, I did not know what were tears. Because I lived in a palace, my courtiers called me the happy prince, and happy I was. So I lived happily and I died happily. And now I am dead, they have put me on top of a pillar where I can't see the sorrows and problems, the ugliness of all the misery of my city and my people. What is happening to my city? I want to know. And though my heart is now made of lead, I cannot choose but weep. So I am crying. My heart is not functioning." And the swallow is thinking, this fellow is just saying a prince and he's not gold, only outside there is only gold things and stones and all, nothing else inside. But he was very polite to make any personal remarks, to ask personally, "Wow, so you are a prince and you're not in gold, you don't have a heart of a gold." "Far away," continued the statue in a new musical voice, "far away in a little street there is a poor house. One of the windows is open and through it I can see a woman seated at a table. Her face is thin and worn, and she has coarse red hands, all pricked by the needle, for she is a seamstress. She is embroidering flowers on a satin gown for the loveliest of the queen's maid of honor, to wear it at the next court ball. In a bed in the corner of the room, her little boy is lying ill. He has fever and is asking his mother to give him oranges. His mother has nothing to give him but river of water, so he is crying. Swallow, swallow, little swallow, will you not bring her the ruby out of my sword hilt? My feet are fastened to pedestal, I cannot move." The statue is able to view, and what did I say? The swallow is a sign of good luck. Sorrows go away, good luck comes in, happiness comes in when a swallow is around you, or sitting on your house, or sitting on your terrace, or sitting at your window, or sitting on your tree inside your compound. If it sits every day there, means happiness is there in that family, in that house. But if it goes away and never comes back again, that means something bad might happen, but again good will happen. That's what a swallow is all about. So the statue is telling him that I see from here that I see a lady sitting in her house, in a small house, and trying to do some work. And her hands are all being prickled or pricked by needles. When you are doing embroidery work, your fingers get pricked, so people wear that cover on their finger. So while stitching the embroidery, on that thing, on that frame, you put the cloth and you tighten it, and then you keep on stitching the designs you draw, and then you design on it. It's a symbolization of God, or it was a representation of the soul of someone who has died. It's very popular, It's usually associated with love, loyalty, peace, good luck, a swallow. In our thing, when we see a swallow, we think that it has come back. Someone has come back who loves me, one of my family members who have passed away. They are watching on to me, they are coming to me, the spirit. It's a spirit animal, and they are very speed and they are very fast in flying. And early people, those who were into ships and those who were into sailors, they used to always think that if we drown, the swallow is going to come and help me and take me back. Species which live in colder climates are migratory. They come a long distance on their migratory path. Swallows which live in South America and West Africa are not the ones which migrate. They fly over any place. They will come over to for a land. They eat insects in the air. They have very good sharp sight. They find their prey. They can find insects in the air. Okay, and their tails have that V type of tails, and they're very easy for them to great. They are great flyers. They can walk and run also. They also live in habitats like grassland, woodland, marshes, mangroves. Swallows are able to live in any different altitudes, different cultures, but they during seasons they try to change because in search of insects and food. So it's soul type of bird, and that's why we see swallows, we think that someone is coming, and meaning as a spirit is or a cultural background. These birds and goddess of love, goddess of peace, they are saying about us. They are there to take care of us. Or it's sometimes a lost souls of children who died during childbirth, rebirth of new beginnings for our religion. That's what it happens. Okay, so this is what it's all about. So I'll come back in the next video. Sorry, the lights have gone. I'll come back in the next video.